Hey, what's up YouTube? You already know it's All City Live TV and thank you for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about whether you guys should be using your icons to pass or you guys should be directional passing. The reason why I'm bringing this up and more so focusing on passing and catch animations, as you guys saw in yesterday's video, we talked about catch animations and now we're going to talk about passing because in the live stream yesterday I mentioned how to get better catch animations and we had a ton of feedback. So things like Needle Threader, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, could probably help you guys tremendously with catch animations. And some of the things that we learned about Needle Threader was that it speeds up your pass. Not only does it allow for better catch animations, but having the badge equipped speeds up your pass. And now we want to go into pass settings, and I want to explain to you guys some of the options that different type of players use for their pass settings, because a lot of people don't really focus on their pass settings. So we're going to talk some more about that. The settings that you guys see right on the screen, from pass target direction to pass target distance and pass target openness, this is what the pros use. Now this is the recommendation from Pacers Gaming, and Wolf has this setup. So your pass target direction will be at 69 right up here, so that'll be at 69. Your pass target distance will be at 30 and the pass target openness will be at 1. Now the reason for this is because the pros normally use icon passing, so this is why they don't have pass target openness up at all. And very much like a lot of people play similar, because even the goats out there who play in park, rec, or pro-am, some of them just really don't even worry about pass target openness, let alone pass target distance. They like to focus on directional passing. So although this will be the primary setup for the pros, not everybody is playing like the pros, and there's a huge difference between street ball and pro ball. So like you'll see a lot of the goats recommend this going all the way up to something like 98 and then putting pass target distance and pass target openness all the way down to 1, and that's primarily focused on your directional passing. So if you're really going to be a directional pass type of player, meaning that you only use the X button and you try to force the direction of your passing, then this is what you may want to consider setting up. But if you're gonna balance, see, I want to get into some of the things that I've experienced since playing the game, and I evolved into an icon passer from last year and the year before maybe. So it's like I was trying so hard to learn how to icon pass, and now I can't get out of icon passing, so much so that if I get on the twos court, which doesn't need any icon passing, I'm out there pulling up my icons, and it's like, man, it becomes such a habit that now I need to focus on balancing these differences out. And I'm sure maybe some of you guys are out there going through the same issues, whether you're trying to learn how to icon pass or you're just trying to relearn how to directional pass. You're probably going through the same problem out there, and I think it's more from my experience playing the game. We're about 4,000 games in, if I'm not mistaken, and I got a ton of pro-am, a ton of rec games played as well. We got about a 73 win percentage, pushing our way to Elite 2. We should hit Elite 2 anytime soon. But what I mean to say is, with that experience, I've learned that there needs to be some type of balance between how you pass the rock. A lot of the times you go through, like, let's say high latency, and I press R1 on my controller to bring up the icons, and it won't even register that I pressed R1 to bring up my icons. A lot of it goes into, also I want to mention this to you guys out there, if you're playing with different players consistently, like say I normally run with familiar players. So in other words, I relate a particular icon to a player that I normally run with. So I say, well, this player is normally circle. So when you see that player open in the corner, it's easy icon circle, you very quickly think this player relates to this icon button. But a lot of times you run into a problem where you press that icon, you press to bring your icons up, and it won't even bring the icons up. And then not only that, if you're running with different players, it's just another delay on figuring out their icons or getting used to their icons. So these are some of the like cons of using icon passes. So directional pass is something that I want to try to refamiliarize myself with, and maybe you guys should consider doing the same thing. If you guys are having trouble icon passing or directional passing, you may want to consider going into your pass settings and adjusting them according to your play style. Also, like I mentioned, you want to consider the players you run with, trying to familiarize yourself with their icons. And if you're not icon passing, directional pass, you're at the mercy of 2K either way. If you icon pass, you gotta worry about latency and pulling up your icons fast enough and making sure that it doesn't just, like if I press icon circle, it might throw a bounce pass, which I don't necessarily want. And that's another thing you guys want to take into consideration also, the different types of passes. From lobs, I need to refamiliarize myself with directional passing, because my problem is that I'm limiting myself on the alley-oops, and I bring up my icons and then I'm not skilled enough to throw an alley-oop from that point on. So that's another disadvantage for me with pulling up my icons, and maybe you guys are experiencing the same thing out there. So I'm gonna try my best in the next few streams to kind of get out of the habit of icon passing, because it's so deeply instilled in me. So I'm gonna try to just limit pulling up those icons, and if I can do that, maybe I can create some sort of balance between the different types of passes. I hope you guys found this video helpful and informative, and if you did, please consider subscribing to our channel, as we're gonna have a ton of NBA 2K20 content coming your way. I'll catch you guys on the next video.